Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You already know what this background means. It means we have another book video, and I love doing book videos. So I have a massive book haul. But get this, everything in that bag, $25. I only spent $25. So it feels like it's justified. I went to this bookstore called Persnickety Books. They sell used and new books, and every once in a while they do a $25 basket sale where you can fill up your basket and it's only going to cost $25. The thing is though, when you fill your basket, you can only fill your basket with regular price books. Since they take used books and resell them, they have like Persnickety labels on the back of those with new prices. So you can only get regular price books, but I found a lot of good ones, and then I found some that just sounded interesting I had never heard of, but it was my first time there. It was very overwhelming. There's like, I guess 2.5 floors. It's like they have a ground level, and then there's another entrance. I made a TikTok. I'll post it so y'all can like see a little bit of what I'm trying to say. And it has you go like 3-4 steps down, and then there's more books, and then another setup, and then there's an upstairs by the coffee station, and more books, another setup. Massive, massive, massive. And it was overwhelming for me because it was my first time in there. I was trying to find books that qualified for the basket sale, trying to fill out this basket, and honestly I probably had room for like 4 more books, but I couldn't really find any. And I spent a lot of time searching for the books I did find. So, but again, it was only $25, so it's very justified. Everything is justified. $25, and I counted and I got 10 books. But I'll put the regular prices on there if you want. But again, I just $25 for the whole basket. So we're going to start. It's a mix of fantasy, YA, romance, mystery, because I was looking for anything that was familiar to me or sounded interesting. So first we have Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. I am not going to read the back of this because this is part of a series. It's like a novella in the series, as you can see, and it comes after the first book. But I bought it because I've been meaning to read the series. It's the Red Crown series by Victoria Aveyard. And I saw this one, which I was looking for the rest of the series. They didn't have them. But this just encourages me to get book 1 so I can read this one. And it's also one less book I have to buy down the line, which it just makes sense. And then it talks about some of the other stuff on the back. But again, I don't want to read it because I don't want to spoil it for myself. Because I'm not there. And then it also gives you, at the bottom it says, it gives you a first look at book 2. So it's like I'm saving a lot of money by purchasing this book. It honestly makes sense in my head. So here we go. In the back, this is the first one, and then this is the second one, and this book is 1.5. But I was opening this up to tell y'all the page count is 54 pages. And then the regular price on here says $9.99. So, all right. Moving on, Into the Abyss by Stephanie Gaither. I had never heard of this book, but I read the back of it and it sounded good. It was in the YA section. I got most of my books from the YA section because they had a wider variety of regular price books. The real Violet Benson is dead. Scientists at the CCA have awakened the newest version of her. once again breathing life into her cloned body. The only thing missing, every memory of all the Violet Bensons that came before. And that blank slate mind, coupled with her superhuman abilities, traps her as a valuable tool, one the president of the CCA intends to use in her fight against the other brainwashed clones that have plagued the city of Haven. So long as Violet follows CCA orders, that artificial heart of hers can keep beating. But Violet has woken up in a city on the brink of war, a city full of houses burning, children going missing, families falling apart, and all of it is linked to cloning. So when that turmoil in the city above suddenly makes its way into the CCA headquarters below, Violet finds herself caught in the middle, guilty by association, and because of a violent past she can't even remember. Now she'll have to overcome the past and find a way to make the fighting stop, or else give up any hope of a future. It's thriller, it's sci-fi, it's mystery. I'm here for it. So again, never heard of it, but it sounds like something I would read, especially it's been said to be fast-paced. I'm good with that. We have some pages here going on. This has 341 pages, and then the original price is $11.99. And it doesn't, I'm not sure if this is just like a one-off or part of a series, but I guess we'll find out after I read it. The Sweetest Remedy by Jane Igharo. So I've actually, over the summer, I've read a book by her. Very, very good. It was second chance romance. It took me through the emotions. And I was like, that was my first time reading a book by Jane. So I was like, I don't know. But after that, I was like, yeah, I want to read more. This book has been on my list since then. And I just so happened to find it at Persnickety. And it's a Book of the Month edition. It's from 2021. And it was in good condition. I mean, there's like small mishaps on it. So this one was used, but it's like nothing serious. So, you know, I had to pick her up. When a woman travels to Nigeria to attend the funeral of the father she never knew, she meets her extravagant family. For the first time, finds a new and inspiring love interest, and discovers part of herself she didn't know was missing. Hannah Bailey has never known her father, the Nigerian entrepreneur who had a belief in relationships with her white mother. Because of this, Hannah has always felt uncertain about her identity. When her father dies, she's invited to Nigeria for the funeral. Though she wants to hate the man who abandoned her, she's curious about who he was and where he was from. Searching for answers, Hannah boards a plane to Lagos, Nigeria. In Banana Island, one of Nigeria's most affluent areas, Hannah meets hopefully I say this right, Olades, her late father's prestigious family. Some who accept her and some who think she doesn't belong. The days leading up to the funeral are chaotic, but Hannah is soon shaped by a secret that unfolds, a culture she never thought she could understand or appreciate, and a man who stills her heart and helps her see herself in a new light. I just noticed that it fell. I'm sorry for all these angles changing. It keeps falling. Hopefully it stays the same. But we're back in Nigeria, and the other book I read by her, it also takes place in Nigeria. But again, I've been wanting to read this book for the longest, so I took my opportunity to grab it so I can read it. We have another romance, More Than Just a Pretty Face by Syed M. Masood. Never heard of her, but I found it. This is in the YA section. I thought the cover was cute. Like, why not? Oh, I blinked. Hold on. The camera fell and just threw me off. The page limit for the Swedish Remedy, 293 pages, and then the original price isn't on here. I'll find it, but the original price isn't on here. Okay, now we can switch gears. now I'm going back to this book. Yeah, there wasn't like many romances per se that I found. So the ones that I did find that sounded interesting, I grabbed them because I always love a good romance. Daniel Giuliani may not be the smartest guy in the room, but he is 1, funny, 2, gorgeous, 3, going to make a great chef one day. His father doesn't approve of his career choice, but that hardly matters. What does matter is the opinion of Daniel's longtime crush, a perfect in all ways Kaval, her family, and what does matter is the opinion of Daniel's longtime crush, the perfect in all ways, Kaval, and her family, who think he's solidly mediocre arranged marriage prospect. When Daniel gets selected for Renaissance Man, a school-wide academic championship, it's the perfect opportunity to show everyone he's smarter than they think. He recruits the totally uninterested in him, Bisma, to help with the competition. But the more time Danielle spends with her, the more he learns from her, the more he cooks for her, and the more he realizes that happiness may be staring him right in his pretty face. This sweet, funny story about falling in love, family expectations, and becoming a Renaissance man is full of moments that will have you laughing, sighing, tearing up, and shouting yes at the top of your lungs. So obviously he's going to start feeling Bisma for that. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes down. But yeah, it sounded cute. The cover was cute. Why not grab it? And again, whether it was in my basket or not, the basket was going to be $25. Oh, Syed is man. Add that to my collection. I think that this will be like 3 or 4 books now that I've owned by male authors. I feel like I just don't find them as often. This book has 338 pages. And then the original price was $17.99. Moving on. Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. This has been on my list for the longest of time. So when I saw it, I immediately grabbed it, no questions asked. And I was so lucky that it was for regular price. Yeah. And every time I'd walk in Barnes & Nobles, I'd look at it to grab this book and I wouldn't. It was a sign. So I grabbed it this time around. All her life, Jenny has dreamed of elsewhere. Barely scraping by with a new job at a tannery, she's resigned to a dreary life in the port of Druk, caring for her younger sister Zoza. That is, until the legendary Hotel Magnifique appears in town. Hotel Magnifique is famous for its astonishing enchantments, especially its ability to travel the world, arriving at a new destination each midnight. Johnny and Zosa seize their chance to join the hotel staff, and they're soon swept up in a world of sparkling chandeliers and impossible magic, but it's not long before Janny discovers that beneath its marvelous glamour, the hotel is hiding dangerous secrets. With its vexingly handsome doorman, Belle, as her only ally, Janny embarks on a mission to unravel the mystery of the magic at the heart of the hotel and free Zosa and the other staff from their cruelty of the ruthless matriarch du hotel. Hopefully I said that right. To succeed, she'll have to risk everything she loves, but failure would mean a fate far worse than never returning home. That's a twist. This sounds really good. I mean, it's been a while since I've actually remember the plot of the book, so that was a good little reminder. I like that it kind of has that dark element to it, so we're gonna have some mystery trying to figure out what's going on. And I think it's going to be good to get to know the people who are actually working in Hotel Magnifique and see how they wound up, because obviously it sounds like a dream and then people get sucked into that dream and then they're stuck and they never go back home. But homegirl might change that, and then with her sister's life at stake, I mean, that gives you more motive to figure out what's going on and get out of there. So that'll be interesting to see and finally read, since it's been on my list so long. The page count for this book is 391. And then the regular price for this one is $18.99. We still have a ways to go. Okay, this is The Cloisters by Katy Hayes. I honestly don't really have much information about this book other than look at the cover. It's so pretty. That's what drew me in. The cover was pretty. And whether this book was in my basket or not, the basket was $25, so why not add it and figure out what it was later? And also, I know it has to do with a little bit of like magic and stuff, so why not? Why not jump in? Because again, look how pretty it is. Behind the closed doors of the cloisters, shocking secrets and mysterious deck of tarot cards spread a deadly power game within a close-knit group of researchers. When Anna Stillwell arrives in New York City, she expects to spend her summer working at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Instead, she finds herself assigned to the Cloisters, a Gothic museum and garden renowned of its collections of medieval art and its researchers. Patrick Rowland, the charismatic curator, specializes in the history of tarot. Rachel Mundray, Patrick's brilliant curatorial assistant, and Leo Bitberg, the gardener, charged with cultivating the museum's poisonous plants. Eager to escape her trouble and past in rural Washington, Anne is happy to indulge in the researchers' more outlandish theories, only to find that the fascinating and ancient deviation runs deeper than academic obsession. Patrick is determined to prove that medieval tarot holds the key to accurately telling the future. When Anne discovers a breakthrough in the form of a cryptic deck of 50th century tarot cards, she finds herself at the center of a dangerous game of power, seduction, and ambition. As their circle reaches its breaking point, Anne must decide if the tarot cards can teach her not only about the past, but also about her future. Deeply researched, lushly told, and thrillingly paced, The Cloisters explores the shimmering line between what is real and what is imagined. The magical melding of the modern and the arcane, and the power we defy what is written in the stars and to shape our own fates. Interesting. Again, I only knew it had some element of magic, but it sounds interesting enough. And so we have these four main characters. So we'll see what it's about. The book has, hold on, 297 pages. And then the author has like these different guides for the rest of the pages in the back of the book. And the original price was $28. So there we have it. So now we're moving on to my other stack. This is Lost in a Book, an enchanted original story by Jennifer Donnelly. I've read Jennifer Donnelly books before. I believe they've also been shown on my channel before. She does a lot of Disney retellings, fantasy type things. This book has been on my list for a while. I like Beauty and the Beast. It was exciting. So when I saw it, I grabbed it. I haven't read her in a while, but it's good enough. I am going to read the back before I read what's on the inside. Hidden in the Beast Library is a very mysterious book. Belle is about to discover it and visit a fascinating new world. But is everything in that world what it seems? And will Belle be able to find her way home? Or will the story take hold of her and never let her go? Smart, bookish Belle, a captive in the Beast Castle, has become accustomed to her new home and has befriended its inhabitants. When she comes upon Nevermore, an enchanting book unlike anything else she has seen in the castle, Belle finds herself pulled into its pages and transported into a world of glamour and intrigue. The adventures Belle has always imagined, the dreams she was forced to give up when she became a prisoner, seem within reach again. The charming and mysterious character Belle meets in the pages of Nevermore offer her glamorous conversation, a life of dazzling Parisian luxury, and even her reunion she never thought possible. Here, Belle can have everything she's ever wished for, but what about her friends in Beast Castle? Can Belle trust her new companions inside the pages of Nevermore? Is Nevermore's world even real? Belle must uncover the truth about the book before she loses herself in it forever. Interesting enough, I think it's cool because you never really, in the movie, you don't really know much of what Belle was doing in the castle other than her and Beast trying to form a relationship so Beast can turn back into a human, as well as like everyone else in the castle. So I think it's interesting that this takes place before she's even formed that good relationship with Beast. This book has 341 pages. And then the original price was $16.99. All right. These Fleeting Shadows by Kate Alice Marshall. It's like a mystery suspense. Never heard of it, but it sounded interesting. On the front it says, I promise to tell the truth, but first I have to lie. Come on, go for it. And then the back, the bid for her family's inheritance will leave Helen Vaughn either rich or dead. Yeah, we're here for it. Helen Vaughn doesn't know why she and her mother left their ancestral home at the Harrowstone Hall called Harrow, or why they haven't spoken to their extended family since. So when her grandfather dies, she's shocked to learn that he has left everything, the house, the grounds, and the money to her. The inheritance comes with one condition. She must stay on the grounds of the Harrow for 1 full year, or she'll be left with nothing. There is more at stake than money. For as long as she can remember, Harrow has haunted Helen's dreams, and now those dreams have become a wakening nightmare. Helen knows that if she is going to survive the year, she needs to uncover the secrets of Harrow. Why is the house built like a labyrinth? What is digging the holes that appear in the woods each night? And why does the house itself seem to make her sick? With each twisted revelation, Helen questions what she knows about Harrow, her family, and even herself. She no longer wonders if she wants to leave, but if she can. Come on, that sounds great. I wonder if there's like something that happened when she was younger that her mom took her away for that reason. Maybe the house made her sick when she was younger. I don't know. Or maybe the family did something and the mother didn't agree with it. I wonder if the mother is gonna like go with her to the house. We'll find that out. This book has 359 pages. And the original price was $18.99. Love a good mystery. Okay, then we have Three Dark Crowns by, I guess she says it. I don't know if it's Kendare Blake. We'll say Kendare Blake. Now this book has been on my list for a very, 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 very long time. Like since I started reading again. I've just never gotten along to it. It is a series. I only found the one book. And this is book one. At least I'm hoping it is. Because I know, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is book one. We're gonna hope it's book one. But I think this book has three or four books in the series. I only found the one, so I grabbed it because again, it's an incentive to start the series, and I've been meaning to start the series for a very long time, so it was like a sign. Why would I not get it? The back says, 3 dark queens are born in a glen. Sweet little triplets will never be friends. 3 dark sisters, all fair to be seen. 2 to devour, and 1 to be queen. In every generation on the island of Finburn, a set of triplets is born, 3 queens, all equal heirs to the crown, and each possessor of a coveted magic. Mirabella is a fierce element able to spark hungry flames or vicious storms at the snap of her fingers. Catherine is a poisoner, one who can ingest the deadliest poisons without as much as a stomachache. Arsenin, I think that's how you say that name, a naturalist, is said to have the ability to bloom the reddest of roses and control the fiercest of lions. But becoming the queen crowned isn't solely a matter of royal birth. Each sister has to fight for it. And it's not just a game of win or lose. It's a life or death. The night the sisters turn 16, the battle begins. The last queen standing gets the crown. Period. Again, I've been meaning to read this book for a very long time. So now I can finally start the series. This book has 397 pages, and then the original price is $17.99. Oh, the last book. Whoa, that went kind of sort of fast. Kind of not. I was trying not to talk about each book for a very long time because I knew I had a lot to get through. How She Died, How I Lived by Mary Crockett. Never heard of this book, never heard of this author, but it sounded interesting. It's like suspense mystery. Love a good suspense mystery. Why not? In the back. I was one of 5. The 5 girls Kyle texted that day. The girls it could have been. Me, Lindsay Barrow, Taylor Averill, Blair Mattern, Jamie Strand. Only Jamie, beautiful, saintly Jamie, was kind enough to respond, and it got her killed. What? You know I had to get it. Had to add it to the basket, because whether it was in the basket or not, it was still going to be $25. So, I want my life back, or someone's life. I want a different pass. On a warm, listless summer afternoon, Kyle Paxson sent 5 texts to a few chosen classmates. None of the girls responded, except one. Jamie was the only girl nice enough to give Kyle the time. And that night, deliberately and brutally, he killed her. On the eve of Kyle's sentencing a year later, all the other chosen ones are coping in various ways. But our narrator is full of questions, stuck somewhere between the horrifying past and the unknown future, as she tries to piece together why she gets to live, while Jamie is dead. Now she finds herself drawn to Charlie, Jamie's boyfriend, knowing all the while their relationship will always be haunted by the what-ifs and why-nots. Is hope possible in the face of such violence? Is forgiveness? How do you go on living when you know it could have been you instead? Mary Crockett has crafted a powerful novel that's equally heart-wrenching and hopeful about the everyday violence that can forever change a life. And there we have it. So it's sounding interesting and suspense, and I want to figure out why. Because what's happening? Did he actually do it? Was it someone else? Was it a setup? And she's a little thick, so I'm figuring out what's going on. This book has 396 pages, and then the original price was $17.99. So those were all of my books. And then they gave me a bunch of cute little bookmarks. And on the back, they talk about the bookstore and all that. So I thought that was great. It was a good first experience. I definitely would want to go back during another basket sale. Now I have the experience, so hopefully it wouldn't be as overwhelming, and then possibly fill my basket to the brim this time around. But yeah, it was cool. I found some good books, and it definitely kind of made you get out of your comfort zone because you're searching for regular price books. Nonetheless, I'm excited with all the books I got. I'm very excited to read them. I don't know. We'll see if we start with mystery first, since it is October. And I forgot to say the sale's over, but it started September 25th. through the 26th, and it went until October 1st. So I went towards the beginning of the basket sale. But yeah, I might read some of these mystery ones during the month of October to get into it. So yeah, that's it. All of the books, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this. And if you're ever out here in North Carolina, you can visit Persnickety Books because they're pretty cool. Yeah, so I will see y'all in the next video. Hopefully y'all go check some of these books out if they sounded interesting to you. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.